it's a classical story. As a kid, I was already fascinated by movies. I just wanted to do movies, so I applied to film school right after school. I went there for 6 years, Munich Film School. And already in film school, I planned a long feature. And I did a certain short film, which was supposed to show off what I want to do in a short time, what I want to do for a long feature. So I started to show this around, and then I met one producer, the main producer, Thomas Webke, and he started to get involved and said he's interested, and then we started to developing the movie Hell. One of the basic ideas of this movie was exactly what you mentioned, to make a film that normally you know from the States or something like that, but to make it in Germany or in Switzerland and have in this setting. So at the beginning it was kind of a tough sell, because people were saying like, this is going to be difficult because the audience doesn't want to see this in German language, they want this from the States. But we kept on doing it, and then the script kind of, I guess when we send it in for public money, you get German state money for movies, and then we got the money and it started to get financed. Oh yes, I love those movies. Generally also the idea of this movie, it didn't come like I didn't want to make a political statement about environmental development or something. Basically it's a movie inspired by many other movies. I can't deny this because I'm just a movie freak. Basically I spend almost my whole time watching movies now, but I watch a lot of films. And it doesn't have to be American films or European films, I just watch everything that's come. I want to see the Michael Haneke film tomorrow here, but it's sold out. So I had a lot of inspiration in movies, like starting with The Birds, for example, like just apocalyptic movies. Well, first of all, we knew at the beginning, from the beginning on, that we won't have the money to make those big CGI shots and to so we don't have a chance to get the visual look of a Hollywood movie, or to give the audience what they get from Hollywood, kind of this movie from Hollywood. So we were just thinking about, so what can we do to keep it cheap, but to get their own visual language. And so we came up with this idea with the sun and with the overshining sun, and it immediately felt right because you can do it like really with easy tricks, like in camera while shooting, just putting a lamp directly to the camera, just putting the camera into the sun, and you have some visual images that might be new, and it didn't cost so much. So I think we had about 3 CGI shots, really big CGI shots, not many more. Yeah, first of all, I feel very honored to be chosen and to be amongst those other directors. And I have a friend from Germany who had this like 2 years ago, or a student colleague of mine, and I heard some stories that it gave him a really there came some good inquiries for him to do some projects, so I think it's cool.